Power can be found in any number of places. Scientists will tell you that it comes in newtons. Gamers will say that it can be found in silky skills. We will say that the power lies in real thrills, in the play with perfect ping, in the runes and crystals, in every frag and gank, in your personal winnings. Lock and load for PGL Arlington.
Welcome to the last day of the group stage here for the Arlington Major, as we have LGD versus Thunder Awaken on the books for us. Lacoste, what do they need? What does Thunder need? Because LGD, they're secured upper bracket.
Well, they need at least one win and then a bunch of random stuff that needs to happen, because it's still way too early to tell. We could be talking about that for like 5 minutes, but I believe we do have a draft already going, so we're going to hop into the draft. But what they need is like one W, which is going to be pretty difficult task to achieve, considering that so far PSG.LGD only did manage to lose one game against Sonics.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one victory gives them a chance. A 2-0 by Thunder gives them a better chance, but there's nothing guaranteed here for them. Of course, like you say, they've got to rely on Liquid and all the rest up towards the top, with RNG, OG, Liquid very close in the middle of the pack. As this draft already pretty well developed, Puck, Lone Druid, Marcy, 3 bans out of Thunder, taking out one of the big combos of LGD, along with the Enchantress. And then some sacred focus bans here is Timbersaw, Weaver, Pango, Snapfire as well. A lot of aimed bans at the offlane there.
Yeah, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again.
Go on.
Dark Mago missing from the team is the big key why Tundra Awaken is underperforming. Not being able to have your playmaker, looking at alone, they're not on the same level. Like, because Dark Mago's one of the best, if not the best mid laner in South America. Yeah. He creates so much space, makes Paka's life much more easy, gives him that space that he needs to be able to come online, and then they just play as a one unit. But let's focus on these first couple of picks. Tiny plus a Razor, most likely gonna be offlane duo, even though there is some flexibility from Tiny. Most of the time, Tiny is played as position 4. I believe he is the most picked hero. Yeah, 64 picks so far.
Yeah, ahead of the Puck. I mean, what's his win rate like, though? Is he doing all right?
Straight up 50%.
What, dead on no 0.30?
No, 50.
Flat 50? Oh, man.
50-50. This is what this hero is. Fate Beyond, most likely going to be playing this Razor. We saw him carrying the game yesterday against RNG when Ame was 0-8 on Spectre. Someone needed to make stuff happen, and it was him. It was him, and it was nothing to say. Dazzle has been on the rise, because we talked about from multiple reasons. Healing self nerfs, of course, and also sustain, and yeah, heal amplification, plus also grave and extra shard, extra couple of seconds. You know, it's down to 2 seconds now on shard. You don't necessarily need to buy it at 15 minutes because you're not that rich, but eventually you will get it, and especially if you don't have like heroes that can close the gap, Dazzle really shines in these fights.
Yeah, he sure does, and it's somewhat of a block pick against those illusion heroes. When he gets that shard, he's pretty damn good against the PL and the TB, which used to be the other way around, very heavily against the Dazzle. But we have seen Tiny be one of the main guys that kind of undoes Dazzle's positioning game. Jump in with a toss, maneuver him or the person that he wants to grave away, and do a good job of that. As Thunder grab the Tusk, so some serious laning power here from them. Poison Touch, Tag Team, Monkey King, of course, one of the stronger laners, especially when paired against a melee hero.
It's also a possibility that they run an aggressive tri-lane with these 3 heroes. Every single time I see Tusk, Dazzle, you get more benefit from it, because all of their spells work nicely. The more people you have, it means the better it is. And on the other side, the Tiny Razor, PSG.LGD not revealing anything. Seems like this is going to be a core Monkey King.
Yeah.
Razor makes his life very difficult.
Yes, LGD could move that Razor around just to get the matchup going. I mean, this is something we saw from outsiders, right? It was against LGD with the Tusk and the Dazzle playing in the aggro tri-lane, and it seemed like it worked out for the first couple of minutes, but fell apart very quickly.
Yeah, it worked for 2 minutes, and then PSG.LGD made a 4th lane, or didn't even have a lane. I don't know what you want to call that. It was one of the better lane adjustments I've seen in quite some time. PSG.LGD picking up Phoenix. A great way to counter Monkey King. He drops Wukongs, you drop the egg. You don't care too much about it. And these 3 heroes, they don't kill the egg. Like, none of them have enough attack speed. Maybe Monkey with the Echo Saber later on, but that's going to be very difficult considering that there is ways of protecting the egg. Like, you can think about Static Link as a protection for the egg, because you're not going to stand there and keep hitting the egg while you're getting drained. Tiny can toss you out of the Wukong's command as well. Storm Spirit can pull you if you're on the edge. They need some kind of silence. They need some kind of control for this Storm Spirit, and here it comes.
Yeah, the Invoker. Crosswex Invoker with the MP Tornado, pretty good against the Storm. Can, mess up the Tiny with his rotations as well. A very active lineup from Thunder, though. If this is the Quas Invoker, we've got the ability with Tusk, Monkey, Invo to really start roaming around, even 5-6 minutes in, getting action in the side lanes and playing up in LGD's face.
You also do have ability to stop Razor pre-BKB from getting the link off with Tornado. Can potentially burn mana on Tiny, burn mana on Storm Spirit. These heroes don't have big mana pools. Storm does, but he does rely more on mana than others, even Phoenix. So a lot of value from this. Thunder Awaken does have a really good Roche-taking lineup, so every single time, if they manage to win a fight near a Roche pit, they could easily turn that into something big.
Yeah, and it's another buff to go in onto the Monkey King. If this is, and it's looking like it should be the position 1 Monkey King for Pakaz. Alacrity on the Monkey, the tag team, the Grave. There's tons of saves and ways to kind of pump him full of steroids and do a lot of damage in these team fights, which is what we like to see from Thunder. Give Pakaz a lot of that farm priority and make him the real main character in the game. Final bans going out as Mars, Void, Snapfire going to join the Ench Wyvern. One more from Thunder. As you think Razor offlane, so we're looking here for an Ame hero as the last pick, you reckon?
Most definitely. Razor is anti-carry, so he makes your carry's life much more easier, because you don't have to necessarily think about carry-to-carry matchup, because Razor can carry from the offlane. Looking at some of the heroes that Ahmed did play, if they want to go for something like a... I know it's not something that is super popular, but I'm down for some Ursa.
Oh, yeah.
Ursa matches up nicely against Monkey. Even though there is a lot of kiting, there is a lot of save from Thunder Awaken that can prolong the fight with the Snowball, with the nicely timed Grave. So Thunder Awaken's lineup is really good at resetting multiple times. If they can play... thinking about the big ultis, they don't have many on side of PSG.LGD. It's all about Phoenix Egg, so this reset tool is not going to be as strong. If we were talking about, I don't know, them having black holes, ravages, and then if they can use the Snowball, use the Grave, come back into the fight, then you get the full value out of these spells. But PSG.LGD, they also don't rely on the cooldowns, so can match up the pace that Thunder Awaken is putting right now.
Yeah, just keep bringing it. I mean, back to your Ursa point as well, it gives you the flexibility against a hero like Monkey King who can go for that Battle Fury build. Monkey, it could go Echo Saber, get the Deso, or go Battle Fury, go farming. Ursa's a very similar story, right? We've seen Diffuser Blade with Morbid Mask to play active early, get quick Roshan, or the Battle Fury to kind of scale, drag the game out, and keep your farm rate up from Ame and Arteezy, two of the big ones. I love that hero. As the final pick is a Wraith King from LGD.
We saw a couple of Wraith King picks so far in the tournament. 3 games, did win 2 of those 3. This is also Wraith King into Invoker. So your mana will be gone, potentially, at the early stages of the game.
5 seconds remaining.
It can be a little bit rough early on. Darkseer, the final pick for Thunder. A couple of little combos there. They've got the Vacuum into Boundless Strike, Wall getting dropped onto the Wraith King, always nice. And of course, Invoker with his massive arsenal of abilities can get chucked in towards the Darkseer. But what else does he give you outside of teamfight power? Is this a laning hero to match up against the Wraith King? Does he do well there?
Doesn't strike me as... It's not as good as Darkseer plus Nyx Assassin or Darkseer plus Nyx. Earth Spirit's my favorite combo with it because it gives you the most kill potential and the best way to close the gap. Dusk does consume a lot more mana than these other heroes. So I want to see how this one's going to go. And also to touch upon Wraith King into Monkey King. Usually it's
10
the other way
seconds
around
remaining.
in terms of picking order, because Monkey is considered a counter to
5
Wraith King.
seconds
You kill him
remaining.
once, Wukong command, he dies one more time. But it feels like they don't feel that threatened about Monkey, because Fate Beyond will be playing the Razor, and we already mentioned the anti-carry that
Yeah.
Razor is bringing to the table.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned the tossbacks of the Tiny, along with that static link, and the fiery spirits out of Wise Phoenix are going to make things a little more difficult for Pakaz. And Thunder, kind of a greedy draft in some regards. Monkey King very likely going to be going that farming route because it is Pakaz, a Lone's Invoker, a hero that can play active early on, but does want to scale and build up back into Exhort. What do you think about Darkseer? Because I've heard a couple of analysts call him kind of a carry from the offlane. He is a greedy hero as well, isn't he? He needs a lot of farm.
He really is. That's why I'm a little worried, because you do have Invoker, Darkseer, like Tusk Dazzle as a combo. You can play aggressive, but it sometimes, like post minute 10, gets a bit more difficult to initiate. I guess this is where Darkseer comes into a play with his surge ability to be able to close the gap and potentially like make stuff happen on the map, because he's the one hero that does have a lot of like, it's pretty similar to Beastmaster, I would say, where he takes the tower not necessarily by having tower damage, but because he kills the creep wave, he creep skips, and then the tower falls naturally, and then he plays this bottom part of the map, but he needs someone to play, and it is Tusk. But to go to your point, I think it's a little too greedy. Also want to see what Pakaz's item on Monkey King is going to be. I think this should be fighting build on Monkey. No Battle Fury, straight up Echo Saber, and fight with the team, because there are 2 saving abilities, so you don't necessarily need to, play for the later stages of the game. You want to be as active as possible. If we look at what PSG.LGD have, Wraith King, not a super strong hero early on. Same goes for Tiny and Phoenix. These 2 supports, they need levels. So if they manage to get the momentum going on Tundra Awaken, that'd be great for them.
And definitely no Hand of Midas on the Monkey, yeah?
No, even though he did win 1 game, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he did?
He did. It was Team Spirit, it was Yatoro who played it, and did manage to get the W.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll see what Pakaz lines up for himself. As Jin-Q already had his smoke broken, tried to walk up high ground, coming across towards Matthew with that observer board. They see what's going on. And Thunder there with a bit of vision over on the Storm Spirit, spotting nothing to say. I don't think LGD will contest this bottom rune in the river, but Jin-Q will try and sneak into the secondary rune. Ooh, Fates Beyond is moved into danger here. Shard blocked and trapped in. Matthew Pakaz slowed by the fiery spirits. Fates Beyond not going to be saved by the Phoenix. Look decent though. First blood grabbed by Matthew, and Thunder Awaken off to a good start.
I don't think you can ask for a better start for Tusk, because this hero does consume a ton of mana. Matthew will TP top, and look what he's bringing. He's bringing 1 set of tangos, 1 healing salve, mango, clarity. He even wants to pick up something else. Maybe a branch. Never mind, it's going to be Sentry for 50 gold.
Okay. See what he does with that. Could block up one of these camps. Ion Shells. Kind of annoying for the Wraith King early on, but once he gets into his Mortal Strike, he's got the big crit with the lifesteal. He can focus down the Ion Shell creep and sustain through a lot of that damage that Darkseer tries to bring against the melee matchup.
I'm here all week.
Invoker looks like he's queued up the urn, so yeah, going to be that Quaswex early active Invoker.
Against Storm, you need to have it to be able to burn his mana, and also be more active. Like, they don't have stuns to set up for Exert Invoker anyway. Pakaz, bottom lane, is level 2.
Yeah, he's
Well,
pressing
PSG.LGD, they're level 1 only.
It's the Bound of Strike hitting onto Faith Beyond, just a bit of chip damage, while Ame, oh, he's in a bit of trouble there. Sacred and Matthew, the Iron Shell on the Tusk. They're going for this kill under tower, and the Tusk will gladly give his life to kill off the Wraith King.
Gets that XP before he dies, can bring some extra region to the top lane, and I love the build.
Oh, maybe an attempt on the mid lane. Okay. Alone doesn't go committing for it, but some good damage onto nothing to say. He didn't have his other spells. He'd already spent EMP Tornado.
I love that Matthew is going for Ice Shards and Snowball, instead putting more points in Tag Team. Tag Team, you need to have someone who can hit. Darkseer is definitely not that hero. It's more about the control. And because why he used Dive, he's definitely going to pay with his life. He used Dive to cancel Clarity, and now he's going to drop.
But Matthew, just diving this tier 1 over and over again, gets in there, and the safe lane from LGD suffering against the Tusk and the Darkseer. They've burnt through a lot of regen though, so they'll have to keep ferrying that out and keeping themselves topped up. I'm curious what the Darkseer is going to bring out to himself, because it looks like he's spent all his money for something. But some big deny values coming in for Thunder, right? 10 and 6 on the Monkey King, 11-8 on the Invoker. I mean, 8 denies against a Storm Spirit is kind of incredible.
That's pretty big. Seems like nothing to say. Didn't wake up properly.
Needs his morning coffee.
He
Alone.
definitely needs.
Body
Let's see
block.
this one.
They've got the
Matthew's
Tusk
already making a rotation.
roaming
This should be
in.
another kill.
Blocking with the shards. Nothing to say. Turns to fight the Tusk, though. The Snowball. It will be there to buy a bit of time for Matthew to dip out of danger. Alone, looking for the kill with the Tornado to secure it. There we have it, even through the Fairy Fire. Matthew is really setting the pace here, involved in all of these kills early on. As Faith Beyond going to try and TP back to base after dying bottom.
This would have not happened if Tusk didn't get that first blood, because this hero just does not have enough gold to buy all the mana region items, and yeah, playing top lane very aggressively, getting the kills, dying twice.
Going again?
Oh, he's trying. Ice Shards miss.
It's the shards this time. Unfortunate for him. But Arme, 19-4, still last hitting incredibly well, even under all this pressure. You know, testament to his mental, making sure he's getting all the creeps that he needs. Good deny there from Panda to remove the bounty rune. Tiny trying to rotate in there sneakily. Thunder, an exceptional laning stage for them. You know, Storm and Razor, you can definitely see their last hit values suffering a little bit early days. LGD, definitely one of those teams that can have those incredible fights mid-game, suddenly turning things on. Pakaz. So far, so good for him. 18-9. Backed up by Panda. Very little here the Jinku and Razor can do. And this is meant to be, like you said, the anti-carry of the Razor, dealing with the Monkey King, right? Thunder Awaken have done an exceptional job keeping them in the running in that bottom lane.
Every single time Razor gets close or try to use the static link, Dazzle puts a poison touch on him, and they start hitting him, especially Dazzle, and a Monkey tries to run away, and then he can close the gap with the tree dance. This is not by any means an easy lane for PSG.LGD.
Especially with the positioning of Panda. Because if the Dazzle's the one that gets caught, that's where it's a little more dangerous. Gets tossed around, killed off by the Razor, but he's always hiding in the shadows. And there's the link, turn around.
Oh, he missed!
The poison touch. Alone's rotated in now, but Faith Bian back in the trees, clipped by the Tornado. Very close to evading it,
That's
but the
an
Razor
earn charge.
Caught up, and the earn charge in for the Invoker going to be coming. Pakaz claims the kill.
Panda trying to be fancy and use that poison touch on the creeps to connect on the hero. Maybe get a 1 or 2 CS in the meanwhile while they're chasing the heroes. Probably not going to do the same thing again. They still did manage to get the kill, but yeah, as expected, trying to dive. Good rotation there from Alone, getting that Urn of Charge. And now, Storm Spirit level 6.
It's nearly rune time, isn't it? Nearly 6 minutes in. They knew Matthew was there lurking around trying to safeguard the top one, but LGD have 2 heroes top, 1 hero bottom, and the Illusion Rune does get bottled by the Storm. Diving from the Phoenix, I think he's had enough of Matthew. He is absolutely done with his nonsense. Matthew's coming back across though, and with Alone here, knowing the dive's on cooldown. Storm will zip into the back, but the Snowball's there, and a great Tornado, EMP. Why? Gonna get cleared up by Matthew and Alone. The Vortex, but cancelled out by the Grave. Panda move, he's here with a save. Got a Shadow Wave as well, keeping the Tusk alive, and Matthew, he's gonna survive. Nothing to say, can't finish the job. Storm Spirit body blocked and killed off by Alone.
PSG.LGD playing super aggressive, and Tundra Awaken holding hands together. This is the power of these 2 supports that do have 2 saving tools. Because Pandamu, like, bottom lane is going so well, you will find that ward.
Nice.
he did manage to get level 4. Usually we see Dazzle struggling, but yeah, good rotation there, managing to get the Grave off, and also another Earn Charge.
Yeah, keep that tempo going. Pakaz looks like he still hasn't decided what he wants to buy. Saving up a little bit of gold, nothing queued up in his quick buy. There's a Wraith Band, just a little stopgap item to build himself up. Coming out of this laning stage, nothing to say. He's rotated on Pandamu, try and kill him before the Grave comes, but he is very, very survivable on this Dazzle, and with the rotation in from Matthew and alone, the boundless strike from Pakaz, they've turned it again on a Faith Beyond, and nothing to say, he's going to die as well. 2 core kills as Thunder dominating this first 8 minutes of the game.
Still, in terms of net worth, it's not increasing. That means that PSG.LGD is getting farm on the other lanes. But Pandamu, he's been on point with this Dazzle. And all these things do add up, because he was level 3, he got that Grave level 4, and now he's level 5, having a Fairy Fire on top of that. PSG.LGD, they might need to bring 1 extra hero because of that Grave and a Snowball save next time around.
Yeah, they might just have to. Faith Beyond, Link on cooldown, and Thunder again trying to come into this bottom lane, but the vision there. They will scout them out. Well placed. Gives them all the intel they need. But yeah, you're right. Wraith King is still up at the top. 3,800 net worth on Arme. Farming up a Storm, even against this Darkseer. As they'll toss him back into the Skellies and the Wraith Fire Blast. Avalanche slows him down, even while surged up. And Sacred tries to vacuum back and get into the tree line, but that Mortal Strike from Arme. Straight through the back of the Darkseer.
Finally, Xingqiu manages to find an opening. This is his first involvement in kill. Did get some solo XP from bottom lane, because Fate Beyond is 0, 4, and 0. A bit uncharacteristic. So Xingqiu did manage to get some XP 4 times while Fate Beyond was dead. So that means he will be level 6 pre-10 minutes.
Maybe they had one of those talks where you mentioned earlier that Faith Beyond and Nothing to Say had to kind of carry the game and Arme was going 0 and 8 or something, right?
And now it's like, Ahmed, now it's my turn.
Yes.
I need to carry Xingqiu. Well, look at him go. Now he's on the mid lane, getting some extra farm for himself.
Oh, so he is. Yeah, 500 gold saved up. Looks like he might be trying to rush into that Blink Dagger. As Arme comes bottom, nearly at his armlet. Pressuring tier 1 tower already. This is without a catapult wave. Just coming in with Skellies and a normal creep wave. Pakaz doesn't have any reinforcements coming, so he's just going to have to let that one fall. Push top from Thunder, nowhere near as strong. They've got 3 heroes here, but Darkseer doesn't really hit buildings. He pushes waves and allows creeps to hit it. So as long as the Phoenix can drag those waves around, tower is going to stand tall for as long as possible. Why does have a dive. 2 heroes chasing him into the trees. Off he goes, bouncing around. Sunstrike not going to catch him. Very nicely played by
sneaky,
Y.
But they know. Invoker did ping it out. He's still pinging. The rest of the team does not trust him.
Don't want to go diving towers there.
Speaking of trust, Trusty Shovel did just drop for PSG.LGD.
Very nice.
And also, Amulet done for Wraith King.
So many things you can do with Arme, aren't they?
Ame has a really nice name.
Shaw's there. Going to see the Phoenix back in the trees. Dive is coming off cooldown though. So maybe why... Nah, never mind. Alone is there. Mega kill streak for the Invoker. And they will pummel that tower at long last. But LGD very quick to react to this. Ignoring top and moving mid. Now with the catapult wave, make short work of these objectives. No glyph for the Radiant. So no way to save this tower. And now LGD can open up the map. Even have a net worth lead when the scoreline is 11-3. Alone.
Is that Midas? That's a
Midas.
full Midas. He
Yeah.
is super farmed. Gets that first Midas usage immediately. Looking at Monkey King's build. Going Diffusal first. I wanted to see something aggressive.
That fits
But
the bill.
this is super, like this, I would expect him to get Echo Saber into Diffusal if he wants to be able to scale. Getting the Diffusal will hit a certain timings that will allow them to just play. They need to take these fights. Once the Diffusal Blade is up, they need to be able to get stuff done with this build. Because it's going to be another layer of mana burn, great against the Storm Spirit, and also you have active. So Razor tries to connect on you, I believe it's called inhibit.
Yes, it is.
You inhibit him, and Static Link breaks.
That's very good. That's a nice shift up as well from Thunder. So often Pakaz is the hard farming hero, the TA or the Monkey King with Battle Fury, usually his go-to item. So it's nice to see them here on the last day of groups, really looking for these wins in a different way to their normal play style, shifting things around, try and get that aggression going against LGD. Dire Vision does see the 4 members of Thunder coming down to that bot jungle. There's a pretty deep wards from LGD, in fact, into the triangle, down into bottom jungle, and I'm pretty sure that smoke saw them. It might not have. It's a very small window.
Yeah, it's straight up
of
50-50, Gary. Either it did see them or not. Same goes for Tiny's win rate in this tournament. 50%.
50 flat. Oh, look at that LGD smoking as well. Wraith King broke it immediately, probably hitting some creeps. Armage is going to sit back in triangle. Keep on farming. And Pakaz, he's showing bottom. You see Faith Beyond hiding in the trees there. Not going to get caught out by this at all.
Every single time I see Jin-Q play Tiny, he always finds Tumbler Stoy. Even if this Tumbler Stoy would be better for someone else, potentially they found him. They know he's here.
Oh, maybe. They found him. They've got him, absolutely. Catch out the monkey.
Smoke broke and nothing to say new. Instantly, something fishy's going on.
That's a big kill for them, especially the fact that Faith Beyond was able to dodge the Thunder Smoke up top.
Monkey didn't want to buy any of the components for the Fusel Blade. He did not want to show anything what he's going for. So I assume he's not going to show on lane, will farm the jungle, and then there's going to be Smoke try to surprise him with that Diffusal Blade.
Come out of the shadows with a nice big team fighty item. He's only a couple of 100 gold away from finishing it too. Thunder playing his 4. Jin-Q not quite trapped in the shards. Does find a little hole to slip out of. Thunder trying to aim for this tier 1 tower. Doesn't look like LGD are too bothered about this. The tower push is reasonably slow from the Radiant, so they can just let them hit it a few times. Jin-Q can drag the wave while they're hunting the Monkey King again. Because he's going to have that item delivered.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Probably would like to join up with the rest of his squad. Just look at how long it takes them to take this tower, though. LGD have moved bottom, tried to gank, and they're back in mid lane to defend a little bit, maybe try a deny.
Middle tower has fallen.
But Alone gets the kill.
Monkey needs to use the courier, and here it comes. That's gonna be the Fusel Blade a bit late. He's not gonna be able to scale as good as he would if he had a different farming item. So they need to take a fight right now. PSG.LGD already 4k gold ahead, even though they only have 4 kills. Ame is activated beast mode. One more time. Armlet done. This is gonna be Tesso in the next minute.
Yeah, top of the net worth, 8,400. Now, why is Pakaz still hiding this? Because he's got 2 components.
No, he didn't use the courier. His courier stopped like 3 times. Now it's finally coming.
So you don't think he's not doing that on purpose?
No, he
accidentally
has the keys messed up.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening because it was first between tier 1 and tier 2 tower, then it was sitting near the secret shop, and now it stopped for the 3rd time. And finally, it's done. 16 minutes into the game. Razor will almost have a BKB. Fate Beyond.
Inside the Wukongs.
I don't know about this one.
They're trying to go for it, but the TPs are going to come in from LGD. Yeah, Pakaz just cannot bring down the Razor. He's far too tanky. Sacred? Yeah, there's no way you go for a backstab with a dark seal like that. Maybe thinking about the wall being dropped on him, but probably not worth it in the end.
Radiant are
Thunder.
scanning.
Starting to struggle now. This 5k net worth lead has materialized out of almost nowhere from LGD. It's been very nice play from the Chinese squad. There's nothing to say. Move here onto the Dazzle, try and dodge away from the snowball with a couple of ball lightnings. And Arme now has the opening. 1 hit, half HP on Matthew. The wall does connect on Storm as the EMP is there. Clipping Arme, but he's got stick charges and Soul Ring. So Reincarnation ready,
Good
and a
egg.
big Supernova is going to try and protect Arme with it. Oh, he didn't have Reincarnation, he did Soul Ring, he got stunned up and killed. The Mana Burn, the Monkey King, the counter from the Diffusal Blade. Now Deafening Blast pushing back the Razor. Yi, he gets cancelled out. The Sunray stops. Jinkyu looking to run back as the Snowball Punch connecting on Faith Bian, and a Sun Strike, well placed, but not enough damage, not
Oh,
quite.
Tornado will clip him.
He's going to clip the Phoenix, finds the kill. Pandamu dies. As alone, 1 HP away from death. Jinkyu jumps and
He's
punches,
tried.
but slowed by the Ice Wall.
The attack speed on Tiny does have a Blink Dagger available in a couple of seconds. Ern still running. This is huge. This is big for Jinkyu. He might even find Monkey.
Monkey's trying to fight him, but he's got to toss back in. Sacred with a mech, and they'll turn it back onto the Jinkyu Tiny. Oh man, a close fought battle.
Oh, I guess Ahmed did not do the math correctly there. He got hit by Monkey King, and Soul Ring, as you said, was available, didn't proc it. I guess
4 for 4.
I guess in those fights you do think about EMP more than anything, because EMP did go off. He pops a stick, hands off keyboard. I'm Raid King, no need to use anything. I just right-click people down, and gets his mana burned. I think the fight would have definitely been different if Reincarnation gets proc there.
Oh, for sure. That felt like it was about to be a sweep where LGD just stomped Thunder into the ground, but this Diffusal Blade from Monkey King paying for itself already.
They needed this fight. I feel like Thunder Awaken needed this fight to happen even 2 minutes earlier, because Diffusal Blade was ready. That one death on Monkey King also did delay things a little bit more. I hear Sunstrike, but I don't see it.
Yeah, looking to scout people out, I think, while Sacred cut through the trees.
Dire's top tower is under
Thunder
attack.
are here with 3 members, though. Maybe looking for a pick-off on Faith Bian pre-BKB.
Ahmed not messing around. He wanted to get a BKB, but after what happened in the previous one, picks up the shard immediately. He's like, whatever, burn all mana that you can. Big timing for Thunder Awaken, though. Invoker about to hit his BKB. Then he doesn't, like, he can be the one killing the egg. This is level 1 egg, so with Alacrity, there's more than enough speed to bring it down, and also does have 2 saving abilities that could potentially get him out of the trouble. Monkey King.
Broken up top. Dazzle.
Well, Monkey's gonna go for his BKB as well. 600 gold away from it.
Not too far. We see how quickly this Wraith King can just slice through any number of targets. Nether Shawl, it's just left in the camp there. Monkey King. Leaving items
Dire's
lying
middle
around.
tower is under attack.
Oh, he's not realised, has he? Is he going to see it?
Not really. Darkseer would definitely love to pick that up. There's a decent amount of magical damage on PSG.LGD. For now, keeping the apple.
Jinkyu. Blink, toss, Avalanche comes after. Trying to allow Arme to catch up. Pakaz, he Wukong's out. There's so much damage from LGD though, and the Monkey King being caught down this bottom lane. Now allows LGD to move forward. Good little punch on the Storm, but he's got plenty of mana to zip and ball
Does have
across
regen.
the fight. And now with
Oh,
the Avalanche
Sunstrike.
toss, the Sunstrike not going to land. They've got a Grave on Matthew, but Thunder now falling apart. LGD coming with a huge fight, picking off the Invoker. Nothing to say. Is he still got the regen going? He's moving towards Matthew now. He's got an Arcane Rune. And a toss back in from Jinkyu. 4 quick kills there as LGD strikes so hard in the bottom jungle.
Nothing to say shows up with active Arcane Rune and Bottle Regen Rune on Storm Spirit. Well, good luck. They did not manage to, if they kill Storm Spirit, maybe the fight could have been slightly different, but without a Monkey King, I highly doubt it. They need Monkey and they need BKB on Monkey to be able to stand his ground. Because Ambe is getting out of control. He doesn't care about Monkey. He can stand inside the Wukong command and still deal damage. Getting some Deso stacks already at 10. Now picking up the Blink Dagger. Next fight, PSG.LGD takes. They can easily turn that into Roshan.
Yeah, this Wraith King is basically just one-hit killing people. If he finds the Dazzle, a Blink and a stun, there's no Grave, there's nothing.
This cosmetic is also one of the best ones in the game, at least for me.
The
It
sword?
just looks, yeah, it looks way too cool.
I guess it's an axe rather than a sword, isn't it? It's a huge kind of axe slash Reaper Scythe looking deal. Big old weapon for the Skelly boy. Thunder wanting to try and shift this momentum. They started so well. The first 10 minutes were spectacular for them. But net worth, 8k advantage for LGD. As Arme jumps in with nothing to say. Jinkyu comes in from the side and they blow up Pandamu. Wukong's commanders are good in as well. Does get the balance into Arme, so first life down. Wall dropped on him as well. Look at that damage coming through
But
from
the
the
egg's
illusion.
gonna pop.
The egg with a sun ray, the toss back across. In comes Faith Beyond now from the northern side, and even with the grave there, Monkey King, he can't survive. Will get taken down in the end by LGD. And what did LGD lose?
Nothing. Great King ulti. That's about it. And we are getting closer to level 3 reincarnation, so that's going to be available every minute. Double damage bottom is getting pinged out. Let's see who picks it up. Seems like it's going to be Ame, but needs to be a bit careful.
Oh, yeah.
Gets punched.
Oh,
illusion to the high ground.
Went to the high ground. Jinkyu in with a two-man avatar. Sacred going to surge away, but Alone has already died. Oh, boy. They've got Tumblr's Toy. Another blink ready in a few seconds from the Tiny. No way here, Sacred. Oh,
Toss
great
gonna
play.
follow.
Toss follows the blink dagger away. Sacred into the creep wave. Jinkyu low on mana, so doesn't have the avalanche. This should still be a good find on the Darkseer.
He punched him so hard, the guy ended up in different dimension.
I was like, where's the illusion gone? He's like, he's on the high ground.
And now Raid King is level 18, needs 50 seconds for another one. This one's looking really rough for Thunder Awaken. BKB on Storm Spirit, they do have two abilities. They do have Walrus Punch. This is a boxing team. Walrus Punch and Darkseer One Punch, also known as Normal Punch.
Normal Punch.
I would love if we rename that spell. Normal Punch, it's like okay punch, 3 out of 5. Nothing spectacular. Could be like Shadow Punch. That sounds much better, right?
Or Pointy Punch. You know, he's always
Pointy
talking
punch.
about how my pointy head is better than your round one.
Wizard Punch.
Wizard Punch. Yeah, so, it reminds me of the old Slardar days, right? Where he had Bash.
Bash, Sprint. Ulti was called Amplified Damage.
I'm so glad they had some more creative names come up for him. That was always funny. We do still have, you know, Bristleback has Bristleback and Doom has Doom, but I think those are ingrained in the heroes. That's still acceptable. Nothing to say. Going to finish off a Kaya Sanj on top of his BKB. Actually going back for a Witchblade. That's interesting. It's a pretty decent item scaling into late game. You can always upgrade it into that Revenant's Brooch when you need to. Gives him a ton more DPS as well. But LGD just seem completely unstoppable.
Oh, Witchblade's also nice against the Grave. If that, oh, Pakaz. They got afraid.
Oh, the BKB. Arme being turned on, mana being burnt. Toss back though. The wall comes in. Arme caught in it. Sunray trying to reset this fight as Sacred gets graved up, but it's dying so quickly. The percentage-based damage is Pandamu sliced by the Storm, and LGD just crushing this team fight. Looks like it might be over now as Pakaz is brought down inside his own Wukong's command. The Terracotta Army can't save him. And LGD once again lose absolutely nothing and gain everything.
It's one of those games where I would not be surprised if Thunder Awaken even called it here, but they might still want to try to take one more fight. Last two team fights, they did not manage to kill a single member of PSG.LGD. And now there's going to be even harder. This is 7 versus 5 we're talking about. Nothing to say. We'll pick up the Aegis. You have Reincarnation on Raid King. I don't know how you fight into this. You have no attack speed whatsoever to kill Phoenix Egg. There was a nice play there with Vacuum that did... Oh, Sunstrike!
Right.
Maybe managed to get a kill on Raid King, but Reincarnation was up anyway. The nice play was Vacuum during the toss, so he pulled him back immediately. Monkey just does not have enough damage to burst Raid King as he would like to. Kill him once, use the Wukong's BKB, he respawns, they try to kill him again. It's just not happening.
Oh, now Storm is invis.
Radiant's top tower.
He's been so good, nothing to say. Finding the Dazzle in the back lines and making sure that the Graves are delayed, don't come out in time, and straight on to Pandamu. Dead for 30 seconds.
I don't know if I finished the sentence when I start talking about the Witchblade against the Grave. The overtime damage, if there's no heal coming up, could finish you off. So it's really good. And this item's gonna get nerfed for sure. It's just way too strong. If we nerf... Oh, never mind, I'll hold that thought.
Catch on the Invoker. Punch and Snowball trying to save alone the mech, and maybe a vacuum play here with the BKB from Nothing to Say. Turns to face, chases in onto Sacred's Darkseer. He's gone, alone follows. They're all down 6 feet under, and this really is a signal of the end. Pakaz will punch back, but yeah, GG is called by Matthew. They tap out of game 1 here against LGD.
Beating LGD, always a difficult task. They had the advantage at the early stages of the game. Try to play it a bit differently, going for the Fuse Blade on Monkey King. I think they needed to do that like 3 minutes earlier to try to get some advantage going. They did manage to kill Wraith King once. Ame massively farmed. Like, he was sitting at 3k more net worth 10-15 minutes into the game, on top of Monkey King. And after dying once, after that Diffusal Blade did surprise him. Buys a shard, and it's like,
What's
what
going to
up?
stop me
What
now?
are you gonna do?
Yeah, nothing to stop him now. I mean, the Darkseer last pick, it felt like a last-ditch effort from Thunder to find something to maybe pressure that safe lane, get some team fight going. But, you know, overall, outside of the first 10 minutes, it felt like Thunder just didn't have anything to match against
Matthew
LGD.
did some really nice moves.
Oh, yeah,
Early on, he was off to a good start, getting that first blood. But after that, they just crumbled. Like, there was also one shining moment when Dazzle was bottom. They did manage to get 2 or 3 kills. With the good Grave, everyone survives, but missed their timings a little bit.
Well, there we have it. 1 to the good. LGD lead the series, and Thunder desperate for a win to stay in the tournament. We'll be back to see if they can do it.
can be found in any number of places. Scientists will tell you that it comes in newtons. Gamers will say that it can be found in silky skills. We will say that the power lies in real thrills. In the play, with perfect ping. In the runes and crystals. In every frag and gank. In your personal winnings. Lock and load for PGL Arlington.
And here we go, getting to the last stages of the group stage. Thunder Awaken desperately need a win for any chance of survival as LGD, again, showed their dominance in game one.
It was close for like first 10 minutes, and then same goes for pretty much every single game. PSG.LGD, they just completely dominated this team. I told you, Gareth, after the game ended, I'm like, how do you mentally prepare for PSG.LGD matchup? That's my concern.
You just assume that you're going to lose going into the game. That's how strong they are. I mean,
And that's not a good mentality. You know that you have good players on your team, but looking at the PSG.LGD, they just feel superior in every single role.
Yeah, they really do, especially when they can pull team fights out of the hat. You know, after a laning stage where it felt like Thunder were doing everything right, ganking, roaming, killing, slaying, getting some good farm on their heroes. In a mid-game, LGD just seemed to have this ability to see into the future and know exactly which heroes to target at exactly what time and which team fights are going to give them the most expected value to positively affect their game. Into this draft, though, for game two, Thunder going to have to shake things up again. Prophet, Marcy, Puck, Pango, the bans out from them. Timber, Weaver, Naga, and Juggernaut removed by LGD. As the opener for LGD, Viper, Chen, two of the stronger heroes in the group stage so far. I think Viper had a 61% ban rate, so it's kind of surprising to see him let through. He's currently sat at 17 picks and 53% win rate, but Chen is definitely one of the bigger ones of the group stage.
Yeah, 70%, over 70% win rate for Chen so far. And especially when Y plays it. Everyone always talks about Puppy Chen because he's been playing Chen since Dota 1 days. He's been playing the hero for 15 plus years. But Y Chen, he's up there.
Yeah, he surely is. And this Viper in the hands of Faith Bian. Incredibly scary as well, if that's the direction they go. Well, Thunder, start with the Tiny. You know, South American special, love that position for Tiny. Can be flexible, but we do prefer it in a support role. And Batrider for Sacred, going to give them a lot of early tempo. As LGD come out with an Ember now. Good maneuverability in the hands of Nothing to Say. We saw what he did with the Storm, able to dive into the back lines, find pickoffs.
10
split push the
seconds
map.
remaining.
So they think this Batrider is going to be
5 seconds remaining.
on a mid lane. They could still swap things around for Thunder Awaken, put it on the off lane, which is something that they did before. If they feel like, you know, Ember Spirit might get more than they expected from the mid lane. This is an approach that RNG did against Team Liquid, I believe, because they were playing against Viper. So one of the reasons why PSG.LGD did ban out Naga, Siren, Juggernaut, these two heroes have the spell mechanic, but this is the second showing of a Baron.
Actually, you shield the guy that has the poison attacks on him.
Yeah, you remove it. It's going to be good at the later stages of the game against the Ember Spirit, against the Chains as well. Let's see. If Thunder Awaken wants to put this Batrider on an off lane.
It looks like that could be the Dawnbreaker for the position 3 right now, though.
Yeah, seems like that's set in stone right now. And Tusk, that's a good save against the Batrider. Also, you can dodge things from the Dawnbreaker. You can block people off with the shard so a Baron can't pass and get some shields off. Gives them roach taking potential right now. They don't have that much tower damage besides Chen creeps. We're talking about, sieging the high ground, the tier 3 towers. Maybe Viper gets the shard, but definitely they need something that can go in and hit the buildings.
I'm just super worried here if LGD picks Terrorblade.
Wait, whoa. There's Lone Druid in the pool. You gotta remove
10
that one.
seconds remaining.
Or ban the LD. There's so many options though with Arme having such a
5
wide hero
seconds
pool.
remaining.
Banning against him seems impossible.
PSG.
Yeah, you're right. Ban the Lone Druid, Morphling and PL, the removals out by LGD. Thunder Awaken, got some catching up to do in this draft, and they don't have last pick either. So this Pakaz hero, it's got to do so much. Yes, he's got the Save of the Abaddon behind him. He's got lots of control from Tiny and the Bat in the mid game, and Solar Guardian to come in and maybe try and save him with the heals and the turnaround with that global presence of Dawn.
5 seconds remaining.
But what is the Pakaz hero? What is that safe lane carry that can push towers,
Templar
dominate the game?
Assassin is still available. Gives them a little bit more momentum, gives them tower damage, gives them Roche. Because right now with these 4 heroes, they can't really kill Roshan. I think it needs to be TA. And it's also his best hero.
Yeah.
In a game like this where everything matters, I do need to think you need to bang it out.
Yeah, it's a good solid option. If they don't go for the TA, and what are the other options?
But
like
then again,
Nature's Prophet.
TA into Viper could be a bit tricky. This is Viper plus Tusk. You do have a Baron behind you, so maybe they don't want to pick it because of Viper. Any other options?
Alk, Nature's Prophet, heroes that come to mind for Pakaz.
Nature's Prophet could work. Great laner against Viper. You do outlane him, you outrange him. You send Treants on him. He doesn't have anything to deal with it.
I just really hope he doesn't pick like a Luna.
It's banned, Gary. You baited me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thunder
It's first.
Awaken
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Did ban it.
I'm getting blind in my old age. Right up the top there with the Marcy. Yeah, so his options kind of limited at this point. Whatever happened to Medusa? She's kind of fallen off the face of the earth this tournament, hasn't she?
Also, Terrorblade is another option. Gives them tower damage, scales wall into the late game. We'll go with Luna.
It's one of his better heroes, but I feel like it's just not been successful the past few months.
It's a possibility that Terrorblade is on the menu for PSG.LGD now.
Yeah. That's what I was
10
thinking.
seconds remaining.
When I saw these 4 heroes, I was like, LGD have the upper hand, especially if they can grab a
5
TB at the very
seconds
end.
remaining.
Oh man, such a diverse pool of heroes that he can pull from.
This
Plenty
whole
of
team
options.
is like, if there's a good game for one of the heroes, you know that they can play it. You're not limited.
Anybody. I mean, Faith Beyond could just be handed any hero out of them all, and Bristleback for LGD. So they're going to go run at them. Viper, Bristle, Tusk, Chen, Ember Spirit. LGD, they want to go get lunch early.
This lineup kills Roshan so quickly. Bristleback, Tusk, Chen creeps. In terms of scaling into late game, depends how good of a Viper, whether he's having a good time in the lane, whether he's going for the scaling items. I think chances for Tundra Awaken to win this game are higher than in the previous one.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Do you think the Bristleback here is primarily to try and... Luna is one of those heroes that, yes, is kind of greedy, but she farms so fast, she's actually a tempo hero in some regards. Bristleback is the one to undo that, steal some stacks away from the Luna, that kind of thing?
Most definitely. He's probably one of the best heroes, if not the best hero beside Kunkka, to go inside the enemy jungle and try to steal some stacks.
Yeah.
And not just the big stacks, but also the ancient stacks.
Yeah, that's key when you've got a Luna on your team. We'll see how things pan out for them, though. Thunder Awaken, again, just going to reiterate, they need a win. If they lose this game, they are guaranteed out. If they do win here, they're still relying on the Liquid series against RNG, where they want Liquid, I believe, to get 2-0'd by RNG. And of course, if Liquid win a single game in that best of 2, it is all decided that the teams currently at the bottom will stay at the bottom. A quick little pause coming in. Some tactical thoughts coming from Thunder about how they want to begin game 2 here against PSG.LGD.
Hello there.
The lane's going to be pretty straightforward, are they?
In all things.
Bristleback with the Chen, Tusk with the Viper,
Yeah,
Ember Spirit
not
mid.
no shenanigans this time around. I'd say same thing. Let me just check the Batrider items. He's gonna be on a mid lane.
Yeah.
So not gonna be changing things around. I was thinking about potentially a tri-lane for Thunder Awaken, but not gonna happen. Maybe if they wanted to swap things around, and seems like judging by the items, it's not gonna happen. But throwing it out there, if they put Dawnbreaker on a mid lane, and then have Batrider solo, plus aggressive tri-lane Luna, Abba, Tiny, doesn't sound too bad.
Are the boots first on Luna because she's against a Viper? I feel like this is something I've never seen before in a position 1 hero.
Abba will be buying all region. Let me check his item build. 6 tangos, 2 mangoes. So he wants to get in, use the Aphotic Shield, soak up some damage, deal damage, give first wave to Luna. Yeah, but I don't recall seeing Boots of Speed on Luna.
Yeah, usually it's Band of Elven Skin, something like
If
that.
it was, if she was paired up with different hero other than Abba, I think Boots is okay-ish, but your damage is like very low. It's 55. We'll get some extra damage from Lunar Blessing.
In all things.
Yeah, and you can secure range creeps with the Lucent Beam if you need to go that direction. Alone, just going to stand there and watch nothing to say. Are you going to high-five him back? He's stutter-stepping. Come on, where's my high-five, buddy? Alone, please. Thank you. That's more like it. And Quelling Blade on the Batrider
30 seconds to battle.
as they tip each other across the river as well. Nice sportsmanship there from the mid lane between the two of them. Pakaz sprinting around, incredibly quick on his feet with those boots. And Matthew with the toss back. Well, they're going to catch Arme here. Sacred throws the hammer at him. Chip away at the Bristleback, who is stacking up some quill sprays, but I don't know if he can escape from this. Even with stick charges
He's
and
dead.
tangos, he's going to die here to the shield and a few hits out from Panda and Matthew.
And another first blood for Matthew.
The quills are, they're annoying.
Okay,
but the
they're
Lucent
gonna give it to
Beam,
Pakaz.
Pakaz gets it.
For Salamene and
He walked all the way from bottom rune towards the top triangle.
This is where Boots are coming in clutch. Nothing to say. Dipping Pakaz for getting that first blood. They're gonna be late for bottom lane.
In all things.
I'm going to miss some creeps, are they?
Someone will need the TP.
TP down there. They've all got TPs ready.
Even Fate Beyond dipping Pakaz.
They've all seen the boots. I mean, like we were saying, we've not seen this before. I don't think LGD have seen it either. They're like, oh, well, the Luna's got boots. What's he up to?
It's the fastest way to the airport, Gary. I don't know.
He wants to speed
Jokes
run this
aside,
game.
he's gonna have really good timing on power treads because he got that first blood.
Sure is, yeah. Batrider mid against the Ember Spirit. Flame God level 1. Does have his stick, up to 7 stacks already. And how does this matchup usually go? Can Bat...
It's a tri-lane
Threatening
now,
kills?
bottom.
Oh, so it is. Pandamo being chased back, forced to Fairy Fire. Jin Q, they can't finish the job. Faith Beyond being turned on by Matthew and Pakaz, and another kill here for the Luna. She's got no last hits, but she's got 2 kills. Now a deny, and the last hit comes in for Pakaz. As Thunder, another good start to their laning stage, 2-0, giving it to their carry as well. They're going to keep tri-laning here. They've TP back down. Matthew sticks around. Panda move from the left-hand side. The toss back across. Pakaz trying to batter into Faith Beyond, changing targets there away from the Tusk.
It's a super strong tri-lane from Thunder Awaken because you have displacement tool. Everyone benefits from your Lunar Blessing. Abba. This is how you beat Viper.
Yeah.
Like you do try to kill him once, maybe get advantage, and look how aggressive they're playing right now.
Yeah, straight back in on him. The avalanche comes, but Matthew misses out on the toss, doesn't get it there on the Viper. Could have been another big kill for them. And this has left the Dawnbreaker alone top, so he's being zoned out by the Chen for the first couple of waves.
This is why I mentioned that maybe a better possibility would be if they played Dawnbreaker on mid lane against the Ember Spirit, because it's not too bad of a matchup, and then have Batrider who would do better against Chen. Why Chen? Oh, look at the slow on top. 200 move speed.
And going in on the Dawnbreaker, you're right, she has the Celestial Hammer to slip away from the Nasal Goo.
Dire's top
Bottom
tower
lane, just a
is under
continual
attack.
brawl. Back and forth as a 2v3 lane. Not going as poorly for LGD as maybe it should be. Viper suffering the last hits, but Luna also having a difficult time getting there. Both of them with 7 last hits. Combo from Matthew though. Chuck the Tusk back into the creep wave. The tag team counteracted a little bit by the shield, but the poison attacks will get them a trade. Every time you trade like this, you're getting more experience for LGD in the hands of fewer heroes.
PSG.LGD should be happy about the trade, because Viper just got level 3. And on the top lane, you have Ame, who's completely free farming, so not contested at all. Why? Forcing Sacred to TP out. He's TP'd back to tier 1 tower. No mana, half HP.
Got clarity, some tangos going, but Matthew down bottom with another toss into tower. Faith Beyond just stacks up the poison.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Thunder going to have to start reconsidering how this lane is going and where they want to be putting these heroes. And maybe now is the time for Matthew to TP top and help his Dawnbreaker.
No!
Faith Beyond he's hit level 3, he's doing perfectly fine. And it looks like Tiny's going to smoke himself out across the map.
That's an extra 50 gold. All these small things do add up. I like to say that. Trying to get something done on the mid lane.
Okay.
Nothing to say. 13 magic wand charges. Still thinking about getting bottle. But let's see if Matthew can find an opening here. Firefly is available.
Pre-level 6 on the Ember Spirit. A few stacks of that napalm on him. Gets the Flame Guard off with a toss across into the river. And nothing to say with a good 2-man chains. Oh, he holds them back, but the napalm's going to keep on coming. Firefly and the Flame Break missing. Should still be able to grab this kill though, there's nothing to say. Tracked back by Alone and Matthew. A good rotation from the Tiny. But look at where Ame's playing now. There's no way
They know
Sacred
that he does not have a TP, so Ame diving real hard.
Middle tower is under
Slow
attack.
down. Should be okay. This is gonna be Vanguard Bristleback, and on the bottom lane,
Oh, wow, yeah, Faith Beyond. A killing spree on this Viper, not what you like to see as a Thunder fan, especially when they tri-lane against him. But Alone's rotation top, in onto the Bristleback. He's got his Vanguard and 8 stick charges. Quite a lot of magic damage coming his way though, so Ame under the Firefly and the Celestial Hammer burning him alive. And the Bristleback.
sitting inside the Firefly and Celestial Hammer. Way too much damage. This is gonna be probably a game where he gets both Vanguard and Hood. Fate Beyond. This is a big pickup.
Yeah, kill the Viper, get the spree.
Radiant's bottom
Interesting.
tower is under attack.
Ame turned into Suckling Pig up top. Respawns and should return to his lane. So a bit of a punch back from Thunder. Going for nothing to say mid. Jinkyu is here to turn around on Alone. Shen also arriving with a Penitent, but a toss back to save the Batrider.
And oh, they want to kill the creep. They want to kill the Purge.
Get that little Sato Banisher. Get him out of my game, because he's been dispelling napalms all through this tournament.
They needed that creep early against the Batrider. Just follow him. Nothing to say. Still level 5.
And a lasso comes out of Alone. Yeah, they've got stacks of napalm on him. Firefly and a
Team
fairy
hell.
fire. Chen can't do anything really to save him here. The toss forward sends the Batrider in
Dodges the
towards
toss
the Ember
damage.
Spirit. Did dodge it, but Alone still picks up the kill. Gets away from the tower attacks and 4 stacks up on Yi's Chen. Matthew trying to finish him off with the punches. Will get the kill and the snowball not landing, but Alone trapped in the shards.
Jinkyu, what a play. Places down Observer Board to get the glimpse of vision of Batrider, uses a snowball,
Radiant's
and then
top
gets the
tower
kill
is under
with the
attack.
ice shards. Manages to block him off. Jinkyu, one of the better hero players out there to find solo experience. Every single time I see him, he's super leveled because he always finds something on the map.
sure does.
He's like, I'm so happy Fate Beyond died 4 times in the laning stage.
That's all my experience now. Matthew scouted a lot of stacks up top, but yeah, looks like LGD going to try and bring some heroes here to farm it. Arme can come and do that, of course, as can the Ember Spirit. But Thunder, Batrider, very adept at clearing out these juicy stacks. Chen has made for him. Alone, though, going to get changed up, and LGD responding. They don't want to give this up for free. Nothing to say. With the help of Faith Beyond, they are chasing back on the Batrider, and Matthew just dying to the Bristleback. Alone's Firefly has run out. He's got 9 stick charges here, but Arme and Faith Beyond slowing him down to a crawl. Batrider saved by the Abaddon, but in comes the Snowball. The Solar Guardian, good heal onto Alone, stacking up a lot of damage onto the Bristleback. And the Sacred, he lands the hammer. Stormbreaker on Jinkyu, but he'll die, saving his body. 1 hero drops, Jinkyu gone, but Yi, the Chen survives while the dive keeps on going.
Force Shield needs 5 more mana.
Alone, he just keeps getting these stick uses out. Faith Beyond and Arme, they're dropping pretty low. No
Firefly's
resources
gonna be
remaining.
ready
And
again.
Pakaz, the Luna's rotated in. Thunder bring the numbers. A double kill for the Luna.
Almost a full team wipe 8 minutes into the game. They're so slowed by every single spell on their side.
They'll get him. The Remnant to finish him. Nothing to say. He turns it back on them. A double kill for him now. But with the Avalanche toss, the Lucent Beam, there's no escape for this Ember Spirit now. And Pakaz continues his streak.
For a lesson.
Nothing to say. Giving away a lot of gold. But these
5 for 4.
It is still leading in terms of net worth, but Pakaz did get a lot from this. Look at his net worth right now.
Skyrocketing.
Dire's top tower is
4,700.
under attack.
But how are those stacks
Radiant's
doing?
bottom
Has Arme
tower
come
is
across to
under
clear them
attack.
out? Because that was the initial point of contest. Batrider coming to the stacks. Still a couple of medium camps there. Large camp already taken out. So Arme will catch up to the Luna quite quickly.
Dire's top
And
tower
nothing
is
built up
under
in the
attack.
triangle there just yet anyway. As Matthew, he trapped inside the shards. Tag team and the poison attacks make short work of the Pebble Boy. And Thunder all grouped up around this top triangle, giving Pakaz the ancient stacks as he works towards the Dragon Lance. Already with Treads and Mask of Madness, so his farming speed heavily increased. We would like to get these boots of travel on the Batrider as soon as possible though. 10 minutes in, we're usually looking around the 10-11 minute mark.
And some unfortunate news. Spoilers alert.
What's happened?
Team Liquid did manage to win game number 1 against
They did?
RNG. That means that Thunder Awaken, unfortunately, eliminated from the major.
Well,
They're probably not watching the result live, so they don't know. We'll give their best to play this game, because you don't get the chance too often to play against PSG.LGD on LAN.
yeah, in their minds, they've still got all to play for. Yeah, a little bit surprising there. When we were watching in, Liquid, we're under the boot of RNG a little bit. But LGD, of course, already secured that upper bracket. Thunder Awaken, even if they don't know it, still have that pride to play for. A game off of LGD is a spectacular event in its own right. As we've already seen, one from Sonics, but nobody else has managed this tournament just yet. Well, Matthew and Panda going to smoke down towards the bot lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Arme, yeah, I mean, a Vanguard Bristleback with Phase Boots Wand, very difficult to kill.
Radiant structures
And probably
are
impossible with just
fortified.
2 support heroes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Thunder will get his key items up in time. Bots on Bat, Dragon Lance Luna. They are ready to fight at any given moment.
Radiant's
She's
bottom
super
tower
farmed.
has fallen.
Their 5-man is really strong because they have multiple saves. They can use like Flame Break to throw people away. Abaddon needs more levels, potentially a toss back, and the turnaround play from Dawnbreaker ulti, as we see here.
Yeah, but the Hand of God, maybe a bit of damage and tankiness from Arme, not enough to allow him to survive.
Question, do you think Ame buys
Radiant's middle tower is
casual
under attack.
cloak right now? Because there's a lot of magical damage coming out from Thunder Awaken.
Yeah, he might just. We've seen that Vanguard hood build, right? As Y gets cleared through. Alone, moving now towards Jinkyu. Matthew get punched around and slowed down by the poison attacks, but they toss Q back into the middle of three of them. In comes Nothing to Say though, the Ember Spirit able to open up on the Dawnbreaker, chase back through the trees, and hunt even more. Alone does pick up a double kill, but Thunder are going to lose 3 in the trade-off there.
Radiant's bottom
Faith
tower
Beyond's
is
courier
under
dying in the
attack.
midst of battle. Akaz continues farming away towards his BKB.
Every single time Fate Beyond and Nothing to Say show up in a fight, it feels like the fight is over for Tundra Awaken, and you know it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, both teams really scrapping and brawling. Arme doing a good job here, focusing objectives with his Bristleback, even though he's died a couple of times. He's 1, 4, and 3, and under the Eclipse make that 5. Dies one more time. He chased down by Sacred. Starbreaker in, and they'll pick off the check. Pakaz, another streak being built up by himself.
Pakaz can carry the game with Luna, being super farmed 7-1 and 2. This is going to be Mask of Madness plus a BKB after disassembling the Dragonlance. 15 minutes BKB. So pretty good timing.
Yeah, it gives him a great option to fight early on. You know, Dawnbreaker's buying BKB, Batrider probably looking for one as well. They won't be perfectly synchronized. The mid laner and the off lane are pretty far behind where the Luna is right now. But they will come up eventually. Orb of Corrosion and Deso, but Nothing to Say. So stacking up a lot of minus armor with a Bristleback on your team and tag team, that makes a lot of sense. Give even more damage to the Quill Sprays.
They will need some Lotus Orb, some kind of a Dispel mechanic, because Bristleback does suffer. Against Batrider, we see you get those sticky napalm charges on top of you, plus a Firefly, and most of the time, you're just straight up dead. There's not a single ability that can save you.
Looks like Arme completely foregoing the cloak or the hood or anything. Straight into Ags on the Bristleback. You're about halfway to the BKB on alone. Grabbing up a rune.
Dire's top
Things
tower
slowing
is
down
under
like this.
attack.
Yeah, you've always got to favor LGD. Both them and RNG have shown how good they are at delaying games and looking for those late game decisions where they're so exceptional at setting themselves up for victory.
I want to see Tundra Awaken pick up BKB on Luna and potentially go inside a pit to force a fight, because there is going to be Eclipse available. The turnaround potential on their side is pretty insane from Dawnbreaker ulti. Or if they want to wait for another set of BKBs, Dawnbreaker will have one in 2-3 minutes, depending how much farm she manages to get. Batrider needs like 4 minutes, so if they want to put a little bit more pressure out on the map and on PSG.LGD, I think it's time to go now.
That's got to be one of the scariest things. LGD as a 5-man unit, smoked up, roaming up top. They've killed Sacred. Panda who gets his ult down, but Yi with the Hand of God keeps him alive. They've taken down Faith Beyond though with this Eclipse. Pakaz sprints forward towards Q. TP cancelled, comes in time with a lasso. Alone helps Pakaz pick up a double kill. And Thunder with that buyback on Sacred. They do win a team fight. It was incredibly scary just watching LGD 5-man smoke towards them. But without the Bristleback there, unable to sustain this extended team fight with the buyback of the Dawn.
Buyback used. Pakaz did use Eclipse to be able to get some damage going. Maybe they will not go for Roche right now because there is no Eclipse, even though the BKB is online, so they can wait. Eclipse is a big chunk of damage. Oh, they waited him on Remnant.
Found Nothing to Say.
All right, where are the tips at?
For a lesson.
What lesson is that? Lesson on dying.
Dire's structures are fortified.
LGD. Still 2k net worth lead for them. Toss back onto an illusion. Nicely done by Matthew, and now the follow through from Pakaz looking for yet another kill to add to his list. Sacred grabs it though. GQ will shard block and run back behind his tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under
Deep
attack.
vision there from Thunder as well, behind the tower, in front of the tower as well, right? They've got that little ward watching for
Dire's
access
middle
points
tower
towards
has
triangle.
fallen.
He's scouted by Matthew here. That's a lot of damage from the Bristleback, but a toss in towards the bat and the,
Oh, no
Phantom.
Firefly.
I don't know if they've got enough to do this. Arme incredibly tanky.
Pakaz is massive. BKB, Dragonlance, Mask of Madness, level 15, and has 1,000 gold saved up. I also want to see if he's going to go for like Crystallis Shard build, or he wants to get Scotty, maybe even get something like a Silver Edge. I wouldn't mind seeing Silver Edge. You play into Viper and Bristleback, be able to break these two heroes. Could make a difference.
So that Crystallis could be Daedalus, could be Silver Edge.
Yeah.
See which way he decides to go. Yasha, Dragonlance, Faith Bian, looking for that Manta style. Good dispel against the Bat. We do see the Deso on Nothing to Say's Ember Spirit. Tons of minus armor. And Lincoln's been queued up next. He's been caught by Lasso a fair few times. Lucent Beam has also been very annoying, chaining the stuns with the Tiny's combo. A very delayed BKB on Batrider, it feels like here. Suffering a little bit because Luna is such a vacuum of farm, taking everything. As Matthew makes the jump in, Lasso there into the toss, but the Hand of God, the heal on to Nothing to Say, might allow him to slip away from this with a sleight of fist and jump to the Remnant. He's perfectly fine. And the turnaround from Faith Beyond and the rest of LGD, they're pummeling into Sacred, but he's TP'd out. Matthew, the only death so far, but Pakas with a BKB Eclipse, he can't stand his ground. Arme with some massive thwacks of his mace, looking for Pandamu, and this is it. LGD with one team fight victory have completely turned the tables on Thunder.
And now it's
alone.
rush time.
He's dead too.
They invested everything, try to go on Ember Spirit, Lasso, Tossback, Dawnbreaker ulti. In the end, he manages to get out of trouble, collect some Deso charges, and Ame, like even through Luna's BKB, he deals way too much damage. This is 400 per hit, pretty much. Yeah, a bit nuts. What Bristleback does once he gets to that Aghanim Scepter. You mentioned the Manta style on Viper, another Dispel mechanic, and also something that can soak up damage from Luna's Eclipse.
Never refuse gold.
Try and just weather the storm. Get past that initial burst damage, which Thunder have been utilizing very well. You know, again, it's one of these stories, the first 10, 15 minutes, you can win the laning stage and look decent, but if you don't amass a good, solid lead against LGD, it's never going to go your way. Like, how often do we see LGD, quote-unquote, lose the laning stage, but still have like a 1k net worth lead or a 2k
Their
net worth lead?
decision-making in the mid and late game is way too good.
Trying to catch Nothing to Say, but a snowball save. And back onto Pakaz, dropping him low. Sleight of fist with the minus armor. Nothing to Say, getting stunned, but he's got the Remnant back across the river. They can't kill Arme either. One hit takes about a third of the health of the Abaddon. As Pakaz tries to battle back. BKB's defensively to run. But you can see the physical damage out of Arme coming in hot now. Sacred TP is home. BKB's wasted by Thunder. And LGD have herded them, the little sheep, back to their base.
He would manage to drop down an Observer Ward, something that PSG.LGD does extremely well. Matthew getting scouted, does have a Blink Dagger, so they need a jump from Jinkyu and a punch. Thunder Awaken should be aware of this ward, especially now.
Yeah, they should be. Hey, what was Bristleback's old ulti? Because it wasn't when you cast spells, was it? It was like a chance when you hit someone to get Warpath. And it's a long time ago they changed it.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was like
I'm
pretty sure it was like an RNG, like 10% chance if you hit someone, you would get bonus damage and attack speed. But now, you know, you spam Quill Spray and Nasal Goo, you get them automatically. There's no RNG involved.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Let me.
Yeah, try to Google, see the changes from 2007.
Yeah,
what it was very important, especially for this game.
6.33 Warpath. 10, 20, 30% chance at each level for 150 attack speed, 30% move speed bonus. So yeah, it
was RNG, okay.
On every attack. He didn't get the damage though. There was no bonus physical attack damage on that. Definitely given him a few buffs over the years. Bristleback showing those here in this tournament. Straight up to high ground is LGD. 2 minutes 20 on Aegis. Catapult wave behind him. And Thunder with a lot to contend with. Matthew, Avalanche, toss the Tusk, send him back into the lasso, dragging him towards Fountain. Hakan's going to take one kill. He did lose the Tiny though, and the buildings are still being broken. Oh man, Aegis doesn't really care too much about anything.
There's so much stuff on the ground.
Firefly, now the Toxin, Quill Spray's being spammed, but the barracks are falling, and that's what's important for LGD.
Ame's still alive. Does not want to waste this Aegis. Why even pops the mech, just in case.
It's a good mech there, just in case that flame break got him. BKB for Arme makes things even more challenging. Oh, they've got frost armor on him too, don't they? Chen is picking up a load of these buff creeps.
Radiant's middle
Make
tower
Arme
is under
tankier,
attack.
tankier. One last chance. Thunder Smoke is 5. Got some decent jump, but they need the Tiny to land the perfect avalanche toss.
Radiant's middle
Probably on
tower
the Ember.
has fallen.
And I'll wait on their high ground. Arme breaks the smoke. Maybe the first kill here on the Bristleback. But the damage into Matthew. The Hand of God comes, but Jinkyu still falls. He went in trying to snowball save. As the dive from LGD comes in behind tier 3. Pakat is able to stand there and launch the glaives in towards Arme. Bristleback maybe a little bit too deep now. Thunder split them. They've gone into the back lines, aiming Faith Beyond with the Firefly
Into
there, and
Eclipse he
Arme
goes.
dead inside the Eclipse. LGD going a step too far, and Thunder can't be too far away from feeling good about this now. Faith Beyond going to get found on the defense of the high ground. And don't underestimate Thunder with their defense.
Always playing against Tiny, trying to siege the high ground. Could be a bit tricky. Lasso was not even available in that fight. Almost 5,000 damage done by Luna in that fight. Because I like that because stood his ground and fought against the Bristleback. Having that extra armor near the tower and also sitting at the 20 armor for himself. So that's pretty big.
Dire's middle tower
He's going for
is under attack.
items that I mentioned, like he's getting all of them.
Yeah.
Both Silver Edge, Scotty, and the Shard. So there's going to be a lot of bounces. They will have slow, reducing the healing, and also potentially a break mechanic. He still needs to farm up for another like 7 to 10 minutes to be able to get all those items. But so once you get to that point, things could turn around.
Yeah, a good showing there from Thunder that even though LGD are ahead and swarming towards their base, there are ways for them to fight around it. If they're able to split these fights, you know, move that Bristleback away from his team, kill off the Tusks, there's no snowball saves, get on top of this Ember and Viper, they can do a good job. Ember closing in on his Lincoln Sphere now, though. So even more difficult for Thunder to catch him with those lassos. And Tiny with a 4 staff. More maneuverability, saving potential. Is that a stolen bullwhip? It was on the floor in the fountain.
And it must be stolen. I love stolen neutral items.
Well, they lost. Oh, hang on. They lost theirs. The Radiant's bullwhip is unknown. Does the Dire have one? Oh, no, sorry, that was the Dire one, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry.
I have something for you.
You okay there, Gary?
Yeah, I was losing my mind a little bit. So it is a stolen bullwhip. I'm perfect. Don't you worry. What's next for
Radiant's
LGD?
top tower is under attack.
Tier 1 top. Run down the lane. Take control of triangle.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Normal, natural stuff for the Dire to get into this Radiant side of the map.
Thunder, they do have vision, and Pandamu is in a good spot to break the smoke. They know.
Hello there.
Radiant's
And
top
this
tower
is
is
damage
under
from
attack.
Slight and Chain.
Radiant's
Takes
courier has been
20% of HP from Batrider.
Yeah, it's
Minus armor is nuts.
It's no joke. Going Daedalus next on the Ember as well.
Radiant
And
are
looks like
scanning.
Thunder trying to cut waves and find a
Radiant's
place
top
on the map.
tower is under attack.
Well, they can call their own, but I feel like LGD, if they realize that's going on, they are just going to break high ground, force reactions from you, especially with that shard on the
Radiant's
Viper.
top tower has fallen.
Stack them up onto buildings.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Roshan, potential for him to respawn in 20 seconds. As we see Pandabu slipping away.
Dire's
Maybe
middle
used a
tower
little
is
too early
under
there
attack.
from nothing to say.
He wanted to steal the rune. Has that haste rune for the next fight, potentially. Nothing of value.
Dire's bottom
has
tower
been
is
lost.
under attack.
As you said, next Roshan. Let's see if it's going to be the golden spawn. This is pretty good.
It's pretty golden. 30 seconds, not too bad. Dawnbreaker going to show up top. She has that global presence, so doesn't need to be a part of this Thunder smoke. They don't have any vision to play into, though, so they're doing this blind. Nothing to say, difficult to kill. Shows up top. Thunder going to make a beeline towards him. They're pinging out this Ember, but he's
Bit
already jumped back
difficult
towards
kill
mid.
to get. Does have Lincolns, does have haste, so... Oh! They caught Viper.
Oh, he's dead!
They really shot him.
They
Now
got him!
Now it's 4 versus 5. Time to go Roche.
Can they? Can Thunder just walk into the pit? Do they have any
No.
other real choices?
No, especially with Lasso down. I do expect PSG.LGD to potentially force a fight inside a pit. You can see Thunder checking things out. Bot lane is getting pushed in. So is mid lane. But top lane, seems like Fabian wants to fix that one.
Yeah, shove it all the way out. As we see the prowess of this Chen. Incredibly good against Batrider in particular with the Aghanim's upgraded Hand of God. Applying the hard dispel against the Lasso. Nothing to say. Catches a glimpse of the Tiny. Yeah, the Force Staff there gets him out of the shards.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Some
are
good
under
little
attack.
wave cutting as long as Alone doesn't die. But with a Walrus Punch, Blink Initiation, he has to BKB. I think about TPing out because Pandemonium pops his ulti and retreats from battle. Pakaz also on the run.
Not that much lockdown from PSG.LGD. Pakaz going on Jin Q. Snowball not available yet. Oh, Hand of God.
The Hand of God's there, and now Pakaz in trouble. Penitent's there, he's going to eclipse BKB, kills off Jin Q. Yi dead to this Pakaz Luna as well. He's 1v4ing and almost winning. Dawnbreaker's coming with a Solar Guardian. BKB TP not successful. Arme offering far too much damage, and Thunder, well, they've been baited in by their Luna.
They should have not helped him out. He did manage to get out the super tanky double kill, and now they can fight inside the Roche pit. This is going to be Aegis plus a shard. Bristleback will be picking up both. Fabian did buy a shard for himself, which means that there's going to be a ton of damage on the buildings. And next big timing for PSG.LGD is finishing off AC on Bristleback. Even more minus armor, plus a goo, plus Deso, and Orb of Corrosion. I'm not sure how you survive that. Like the AoE, the chaos that's going to be happening in frontline is nuts. Viper also just finished full Scotty, I believe. So that's going to be extra slow. Viper, whenever he has like high attack speed, he looks so funny.
Well, flapping the wings.
Yeah.
That's adorable. It's like one of those little hummingbirds.
Spread thrice.
Flapping so quickly.
I always get surprised by the amount of time hummingbirds flap their wings in a it's like 120 or something. Let me
It's
go.
ridiculous.
Hummingbirds.
And they've got like a ridiculous heart rate as well, don't they? They've got to pump so much blood into their wings. I'm going to guess 120 per second. 10 times per second. 300 times per second.
10, 15 times per second. Okay, the fastest record rate is about 80 beats per second.
80 beats per second.
Yeah.
Can you do anything 80 times a second?
I'm thinking.
I don't think so. Maybe you can make 80 puns a second. That's your superpower.
Well,
I can't.
not real. Second is not
really
a
short.
long time.
You can't blink. You can't breathe. You can't like nothing. There's nothing you can do 80 times a second. That's crazy. LGD could probably win 80 games a second though, the way they're going this tournament. Bloody ridiculous stuff from them. 8k ahead. The Thunder Awaken have been fighting back, but with Aegis in the hands of the Bristleback, LGD will likely close this one out unless a miracle happens. We do have that ability with lasso and tossbacks to drag people into Fountain, displace the Bristleback from his team. And that's why LGD very focused on pushing all 3 lanes. Get them shoved straight into that Radiant base.
Thunder Awaken.
Favorite items coming, Lacoste. Bristleback is...
Oh yeah, he's getting a bristle blade. Very happy about it. It's gonna take some time, but he's almost fully jacked right now. Luna, however, did manage to find the farm, has that silver edge, has Eye of Scotty, plus a shard, getting closer to level 25. So that's gonna be break mechanic, a lot of slow bounces. they should still respect it. PSG.LGD, even though it says 10k gold lead for them, this could easily be turned by one good lasso into Luna, hitting you near the tier 4 towers. But look what's...
Wait, what's that?
It's full Aghanim Scepter
No,
on
what's
Y.
that graph? That XP? That's wild. The XP difference. Up and down like a tidal wave.
This is your favorite Hand of God,
Oh,
upgraded
yes.
by Aghanim Scepter, which means strongest spell. So good luck playing Batrider into this. We've seen this from Fly's Chen before, how effective it is, and seems like it's becoming more popular.
Is the Chen not leveling up his talents either, just going for stats?
No, he's level 14.
Oh, right, okay. Poor Chen. Oh, the toss back lasso, and it's cancelled. Can't drag him to Fountain, and Arme, his BKB on. Move towards Matthew, couple of taps, breaks apart the rock. Shinkyu on his way back as well. As the barracks wide open and focused down by LGD.
Alone tips Y immediately. I'm not sure if he was aware of this one. He's like, what the hell is going on? Where is my lasso? Then he figures out there is Aghanim Scepter on Chen. Because Y didn't show any items on his Chen, so wanted to have this surprise effect. And Luna dies. This means game.
No buybacks. Yeah, no buybacks at all. And even if they had the hope of staying in the tournament, they're all locked in place now. As of course, LGD had previously secured themselves upper bracket. Fnatic, OG, and Outsiders will join them with RNG and Team Liquid going into that lower bracket. And unfortunately, Talon, Thunder, and Sonics are all eliminated.
Yeah, is this like one of the few times where after the group stage we don't have any tiebreakers at all?
Yeah, no tiebreakers.
Kind of weird. Like we did expect to have a couple of extra games today, but didn't happen. Unfortunately for Tundra Awaken, this is the end of their run in this major, and yeah, the loss of Dark Mago not being able to come here did really hurt the team quite a lot, but you know, we will see them at TI.
Yeah, we sure will. But there we have it. Everyone locked in place. Both groups set in stone. No tiebreakers whatsoever. As we'll round out the broadcast and look forward to tomorrow and the rest of the event as playoffs begin. So make sure you tune in.